How excited are you to be back?
We are absolutely thrilled. Absolutely. COVID was a very, very long time, and we have been inundated with thousands of persons just saying, when is con back, when is con back, when is con back, do a small con. And there's no such thing as a small Animekon. Once we announced, people are going to come out en masse, and during COVID, that was not possible, So we're happy that the restrictions have been lifted, that things are getting better, and that we're able to hold something for the fans, because the fans have really been clamoring for it. So we're quite excited to be back.
The last Animekon held in 2019 was at LESC.
Yes.
You've had a change in location. Why that change?
Absolutely. Now, Animekon takes about 12 to 18 months to plan. So when we were doing the planning stages, there were still restrictions due to COVID. So you were not, I think at that point in time, you were allowed to have maybe 60 persons instead of a venue. I can't remember the exact number, but Animekon cannot be 60 people. So we looked for some more open venues. And it's also us being, good corporate citizens as well. If we know that so many persons are inside Animekon or will be coming, to have them in an open air environment to mitigate the risk of the COVID threat. The last thing we want to cause is a super spreader by being in an enclosed location. So we do love the location at LESC. They are fantastic. But this time around, at least, we are going to try something a bit different, a new resurgence, a return to con, trying a few different things in the open air, and we want to have the same grand old time.
Any other questions?
Yes, sir. It seems smaller, and maybe because the venue, is it a smaller scale today than it was the last Animekon?
Well, what happened was a lot of our exhibitors, a lot of persons that during COVID would have lost their jobs. A lot of persons would have, lost a family member. It was a very, very rough time for a lot of persons. So you would have found that a lot of the exhibitors which existed previously are not there yet, or they need to catch themselves again before they can come again. A lot of them said, Omar, we just can't do this anymore at this point in time, or they said, next year we're back for sure. So a lot of them, even though they may not be exhibiting today, they came out to make sure that, not make sure, but to see what is going on, and to feel good about that con is back, and they're like, yeah, so far, we're definitely back next year.
Speaking of next year, any thoughts on that? How's that going to be?
Oh, next year is going to be great. We are going to be launching something absolutely fantastic. We are, I guess I can tell you guys, launching a 5-year festival of con, where we'll be having a themed 5-year event called the Terra Nautica Chronicles. Terra meaning earth and Nautica meaning water, obviously. And it's going to be a story-based convention lasting 5 years, and several events ranging over the 60 months between the 5 conventions. So a lot of things are going to be happening. You're going to see a lot of stuff popping up very, very soon. So it's going to be some really, really, really cool stuff. Never been seen before, not just in Barbados, but in the entire world. No one has ever done anything like this. And we are proud to be pioneers for pop culture doing something like this.
I'm hearing a serious enthusiasm in your voice. What are your thoughts on the impact that you're making on the lives of these young people positively?
Honestly, we love it, honestly. Anna and I are both geeks at heart, and we've always been geeks. And to have a place where we can express ourselves, and where persons like ourselves can express themselves, blesses our hearts, at the risk of sounding corny. We're very happy to be able to give back. And what we have done this year as well, there were some exhibitors and some patrons who just could not afford to come this year as well. So Animekon offered some grants and just gave a few free passes to persons who have been with us from the beginning and who've been there for a long time, who we do not fall on hard times, because after persons have supported us so well over the years, we have given back, and we want to give back. We want to develop the industry. We're not just here to have an event and just make money. We want to develop an actual industry. The pop culture industry is one of the largest industries in the world. It encapsulates Hollywood, Bollywood, Nollywood, the sports that people watch, all that falls under pop culture. And it's literally one of the largest industries in the entire world. And we want to create a pop culture hub right here in Barbados for the Caribbean and further beyond. So we're doing a lot of things to develop that. I'm not sure if you guys know, but I was the delegate to the Esports Insider Convention in Washington in May this year. So I represented Animekon, and we were discussing the challenges and the strives that we've been making with pop culture and esports over the last decade, and we're very well received. So what I will tell you guys, over the next 3 to 5 years, you're going to see some fantastic stuff, especially in the realm of esports.